You know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life. This and that for life. I'm always for life, nigga. This a blood oath. Hey, yo, Madara. Here go a class for you, my nigga. 140 for the rebel. The world turned its back on me. I'm a cripple. We got soldiers. He got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I tell you once. Don't pray for nothing. Sin and curse. We can't forgive us for forbidden. Remain in them trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did. If rank is given, have your respect to your apprentice. Be about your business. This loyalty's a damn sentence. Look, trying to pick up with a blind friend. They said there'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. Them devils ain't playing fair. They hunt you like bad pal. But ain't no getting out the game like Jumanji. You take that oath, it's a Dundee. They try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times, and it's death do us part. So how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the like you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people go this zone. And the Lord said they hate you for my name. So you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing. Ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jetson. Murder for capital, now it's murder at the Capitol. The world in amazement, we like fuck 'em, raise it. I pity those watching life as it goes by. Be giving mercy in this life, I don't know why. In pump smoke, never try to. The dead at home, my brother be the dead, that's all I know. In the photo, salute my nigga. They like, how you stay focused? I told them I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. Now never do my niggas like Bishop did Raheem. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty say she need me, said she wanna let that love go. Told I let that love grow. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood oath. So, how you feel about this truth I done shown? This ain't the life you think, little nigga. I should want. Even your own people go this zone. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Yeah.
You ain't too, you crazy for
Big soldier, nigga. Just give me a reason. Fuck peace, getting even. Won't beef with fear. Take it over, nigga. Let me make it clear. They want the cloud, we want the zone. That's the way it is. I'm about to start a fire. Whole team full of riders. Every dead on the ride, boy. Ain't gon' be no survivors. Big soldier, nigga. Come on. And don't care where it is. They want the cloud, we want the zone. That's the way it is. I'm repped out, tell them watch your mouth. You know we gon' bend your block. I'm a walk-in time bomb. I go viral. You niggas like TikTok, yeah. This ain't what you want. Tell them throw in the towel. We make niggas hit the clock. And with our toe fire, rain brimstone. They gon' think that you live a lie. We ain't got no picks. We want it all. We gon' make you pick a spot. We knocking on the door, so let us in. Or you know we gon' pick the locks. We in the field for real. Every day while y'all just say watch. We making enemies. Our foot stores. Run no nothing by the eye. It take one try when I rock out. I'm like David when I sling shots. I'm putting attachments on everything. Y'all want me to connect the dot. This drum got 50 unreleased hits. You don't want to be the next to drop. I put them in a box and make that shit double wood. You don't want to be the next to fly. Yeah. Niggas feeling themselves. Get a shovel, tell them dig the pot. Can't fit you and your man's in it. Just tell them get a bigger box. Cause I'll put you in one and knock you out one. Call up my nigga knock. I'll put your song on, cut it on mute, and then tell you that shit was hot. Big soldier, nigga. Just give me a reason. Fuck peace, getting even. Won't beef with fear. Take it over, nigga. Let me make it clear. They want the cloud, we want the zone. That's the way it is. I'm about to start a fire. Whole team full of riders. Living dead on the ride, boy. Ain't gon' be no survivors. Big soldier, nigga, come on. Don't care where it is. You here with the clout, we want the zone. That's the way it is. Big soldier, nigga. I come in the name of the boss. So my niggas that is wartime, already wait the calls. That point shoot bitch. Red Dead Redemption. Got them niggas scared to whisper. Is you with us or against us? Can't stop to the zone loud. I don't think you get the picture. It come from my head. I'm giving them lead. The preacher give them a scripture. Flow cold style vicious. Niggas sweeter than the missus. Got soldiers posted. I put them on your roof. Merry Christmas. Bring hither and slay him. Got the Glock, got the book of Luke. Keep the stick like Dumbledore. Play dumb, I'ma let it loose. Call my gun harmony. Call my main bitch Betty Boop. He the truth, I'ma need the proof. Got stripes like Beetlejuice. Hit his ass like a Louisville. Hit him low, then I hit him high. Bring him home to the umpire. Give him bars like Wi-Fi. Turn the booth to a bonfire. Little bitch, I'm a live wire. I ride like a car tire. It's on mine when I ride by. Big soldier, nigga. Just give me a reason. Fuck peace, getting even. Won't beef with feed. Taking over, nigga. Let me make it clear. They want the cloud, we want the zone. That's the way it is. I'm about to start a fire. Whole team full of riders. Living dead on the ride, boy. Ain't gon' be no survivors. Big soldier, nigga. Come on. Don't care where it is. They want the cloud, we want the zone. That's the way it is. I heard they coming for blood, I'ma be coming for more. Give me the floor, they better come with a mop. I'ma be making it pour. Nigga, I'm raw, fly with the hammer like Thor. Found on my ops in the morgue, tell them I'm four. I'ma be bombing these lanes, understand how to war. I've been the lead, time to get back in the street, time to get back on my feet. Had time to read, check out we came from the east. Wait till my dogs are released, heard they was sleep. So we gon' wake them up, put them up in the sky, the Lord gon' take them up. I take on anybody, think he brave enough. I've been the same and I ain't never changing up. I'm in my zone, hit up my cellular phone, tell me whatever he on. I take that scouter, he on them perks and that powder. Homie ain't really that strong, I'm like a dog. Better yet, Bennett King, I keep a lion head on my pinky ring. I keep a shield, royalty, everything, G43, symphony, let it sing.
You ain't too, you crazy for now.
Let the camera down, so Uncle Don.
Shalom, I don't want you. How about you, SHALAM? Can you hear us in Durham, sir?
Check. Shalom, shktam. Khan.
Con, I don't want con, so we're just getting our camera together here.
All right, do your thing.
Con. But you got the main stage, sir.
Say again?
I'm saying you have the main stage, sir. So whenever you're ready, sir.
Turn this on. Check. Say it again, Bible 1.
So I was just saying you have the main stage, so whenever you're ready, you're good to go, sir.
I'm most high in Christ. Turn the main one down for me. No, that gain that's always at the top. The white line one. Turn it down the other way. Check. Can y'all hear me?
Con, we hear you just fine.
All right, most high in Christ. Clap it up. Once again, we're the I.S.U.P.K. started 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, operating under command and Junior YAHANNA. We are not affiliated with anyone, you understand? If you're not in the I.S.U.P.K, you are not in the truth. What is truth? The so-called blacks, turn the main up, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians are the Lord's chosen people. We descend from the greatest people that ever walked the face of the earth, you understand? If you do not know that, you should be in these classes with the brothers that you love and the sisters that you love. If you have loved ones that are out there in the street, you should be sharing these classes with your people so they can have the same opportunity to learn this truth of the Bible and change their lives. Y'all hold on for a second, Baba Kishore.
Con.
I want to I'll put this battery pack right there. Hey, let's go. Give me some of them hot topics, man. Give me a hot topic before we get started, Baba Kishore. Lord willing, Captain Thought, Captain of 13,000, Captain Thought Bunyami, come in and check, lock in and take over the class. I'm gonna hold down the ham till you get in here. Let me see. Yeah, that's too But I'm gonna go. Y'all know how I do. I like to go over some hot topics, if y'all don't mind, Bob Kashaw. So what's going on in the earth? Come on. Oh, you got the mic.
Salaga, sir.
Come on with it, Yerma.
Keke Palmer. With Keke Palmer.
What's going on with Keke Palmer?
Yeah, I mean, she was first in the news for, of course, I guess, who was it? Usher had some concert, and she went, and she was dressed in such a way that her man, the father of her child, felt was inappropriate, and he spoke out against it.
Uh-huh.
Of course, she completely dismissed any concerns that he had, and then on top of that, you understand, to make the situation even worse, weeks later she came out, with a song with Usher with the man.
What?
That her husband was mad at her, for getting serenade. I forget that word. It's like serenade or whatever that word is. But made a song called Boyfriend, and was making little hints and jokes. I guess just being nasty towards the man that that she's supposed to love, which is to me is just absolutely insane. I don't understand how two people claim to love each other and treat each other in such a way. Like that's what's going on. So she back on the fire. Well, she back in the news for doing that song.
Damn. Good night. So they're essentially making fun of this brother, their entire marriage itself. She's not honoring her marriage. Not let alone honoring her marriage. She's not even honoring her man. What's the verse that it?
I don't know if y'all can hear me online.
You might turn the cake. Yeah, Ecuador.
He not coming through the microphone, sir.
Sir.
It should be 3.
Check.
Can y'all hear him now?
Wakana.
It's like May, sir. Also in that video that y'all was talking about, she made a play on her so-called baby daddy to her, and she was like, "I'm tired. You know I'm a baby mother, right?" And she kind of winked the eye. You know what I'm saying? Like she was, she knew he came up at her when it came to her being a baby mother or whatever, being a mother. But it's like she was like playing this man for like calling her out on how she was dressed. So
the brother would the fact that how she was dressed, she was being called out on.
Wakana.
Damn. Let me get that scripture, Bob. You know what I want.
Come. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 9, verse 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing.
A foolish woman is what?
Clamorous.
Jeremiah, break that down for me. Even with the context of what you just said, Bob Kashaw.
Wakana, like a foolish woman. Well, we already know like what a fool is. But you understand, like a foolish woman is someone who is just making loud and confusing noises, and you understand, like she speaks so much. She talks. She thinks she know everything. She thinks she know what it is to be a woman, what it is to be in a relationship with a man, which is why we see things like what Keke Palmer did. She thinks she knows that responding to her husband in the way that she did was the right thing, because she don't want to listen to nobody except herself.
Damn right. She only concerned about whatever makes her feel good. Right. Like and that's the character that she displays out for the world to see. She displays a character that is filled with foolishness, right? So when we look at the nucleus of a family and how it's supposed to work, her saying like she can do, she don't need no man. I think she had a song saying, "I don't need a man. Only thing I need is a bag."
Right.
What type of person would say something like that? That's foolish? Not knowing, like you're looking for ways to, I guess discredit the process, the value of the man that's her father, the child's father. When did you find out you didn't need a man? After you was pregnant? After the child was born? or that you always need a father in the home. She's always needed a father in the home. It is a great thing for fathers to be in a woman's life, in a child's life, right? A foolish woman is what, Quadon?
Clamorous.
What does the word clamorous mean, Balkashar?
Salakia, sir, if I may.
Come on, Yonazar.
Yeah, it means loud and out of control.
Loud and out of control. A foolish woman. So how can I say this? Loud and out of control. But what does the foolishness takes place at, Baba Kushal?
Salakia, sir. The fact that she dishonored her man, that's foolishness right there.
What else?
She showed her body off, everybody could see her goods, man. It was ridiculous.
What else?
Salaki, I don't want.
Please, come on.
It's her mouth, sir. Her running her mouth.
Her running her mouth, man. The things that she say of out of control. Come on with it.
It takes place in Dubai.
It takes.
That's why you can't come home because So like I was saying, it take place in Dubai. You understand? You get over there, you start yelling and whatnot, and now they locked your behind up, and you want everybody to cry to bring you home.
Right, man. See, that's what's going on. We talk about how this empire runs. America thrives off our sisters being clamorous, because that clamorous, that type of spirit, that unclean spirit, you know what that does? That make that man say, you know what, I ain't got to deal with this. I don't have to listen to this. I'd rather be out there doing such and such. And guess what and guess what happens after that? The marriage goes what? This way. Right. The mother goes this way, the father goes that way. And what happens? The children end up suffering because of it. The babies are the ones that are greatly affected by it. And if you don't see that, your attitude and your person, the way you carry yourself, the things you say, the way you speak, they're clamorous. You don't understand who you're hurting. If you don't understand that you're hurting people when you do it, you should consider yourself to be what? Foolish. Right. Like if you're doing things with the intentionally to hurt somebody, that's foolish. Because every action, there's going to be a what? A reaction.
Okay.
You had to have known that, sister, it's okay to have a nice body and work out and do all those things. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with sisters being in shape. But have some decorum about what you expose to the entire earth. You understand? Right. I hear some sisters say, well, we only do it because we notice that the sisters that dress like that, or the women that dress like that, they get all the what? They get the attention. They get the attention. But what do real men, real righteous men know when we look at sisters that require that type of attention? Anybody know? What do we know? What do we know about that? Come on with it. Yeah, what do righteous men know once we see a sister that is dressed like that? She may be very attractive, right? She may be in the gym. She works out. She's on the Kanye West, what's that?
Workout plan.
Workout plan. She on the unbig her back diet. You understand? Right? She might be what, brother? She might be get the brother a hand, man. You understand? Anytime you want to answer a question like that, just raise your hand. I'll call on you, all right? So the brother says she may be promiscuous. What else that comes with us knowing that women that dress like that can sometimes, not all the time, because then we also hear those sisters say what? Just because I'm dressed like this doesn't mean that I'm like that, right? That's what they say, right? They say just because I look a certain way doesn't mean I'm really like that. I just like the way my body look when I wear these clothes. That's what some say, quote unquote. But what do real righteous men say? The brother said we may think that they are promiscuous. What else?
Salaki Adawan.
Come on, Sadar.
A real righteous man knows that there was no man in that house when that sister was being raised to sit there and show her how to dress and how
Thank
to be
you.
respectful when she walk outside.
Give him a hand. You understand? Because every father, believe it or not, and here go the other part. Every good father and every good mother knows when a child is wearing something that they may not agree with. They might not say anything, but I guarantee you, a father say, you know what, baby girl, you look cute, but I don't want you to wear that outside the house. You know who else says that first in their head? A good mother would say that too. Because she know the type of predators that's out there in the streets, man. She know what type of men that's gonna look at her daughter. So she's gonna say, no, baby, I don't think you should put that on. But nowadays, too many sisters want to be the best friend of their daughter. You understand? They want to be homegirls. They want to play. I see this trend too. We twinning. You 40 years old. She's 25. Y'all ain't got no business goddamn twinning. But this is a foolish mistake that Kiki Palmer is portraying to the earth. And don't ever be fooled by this media either. You better believe that Esau is promoting these things. You understand? Right. He's behind the closed doors saying, yeah, this is what you should do. You should go to a show and wear this and turn around and show your hind parts off. So that guess what? You got that snap back. Ain't that what the sisters call it nowadays? You got that snap back. Huh? And then not only that, we're going to laugh at the entire world by creating a song. And we're going to talk about your boyfriend with Usher. And he walks around as a full-grown man switching. You understand? Yeah. He had a song not too long ago called Let It Burn, if I'm not mistaken. Then he had another one called Confession. Had a whole damn song about confession. Whole album about confession, if I'm not mistaken. Come on, and Let It Burn.
It's like,
and you want to go in the studio and make songs with this? Okay, come on with it.
He got a couple lawsuits for herpes or something.
Say what?
Yeah, God.
Couple lawsuits.
Hold on, time out. Y'all.
But you want to sing about boyfriend, huh?
Hold on, time out. Y'all got to be jiving me. Y'all, you serious?
He been sued by a couple. I think it's like 3-4 lawsuits about herpes.
It's 3 of them.
Jeremiah, you said 3 lawsuits about contracting an STD.
It's 2 women and 1 male.
Do what, Jeremiah?
It's 2 women and 1 man who is suing him for having contracting herpes after having sexual intercourse with him.
Read that scripture again, Baba Kushaw.
Khan, it's the book of Proverbs, chapter 9, verse 13. Mm-hmm. A foolish woman.
A what?
A foolish woman.
Now, that got to be something to know that you're dealing with a man that openly has been sued by 1 male and 2 females for contracting a disease, the thing that keep on giving. And you want to make mockery of the guy that you laid down with and decide to have a child with.
Khan.
That ain't foolish. I don't know what the hell is.
Right.
It's like I said.
Come on with it, Jeremiah.
If I could, it just amazes me how, a woman would learn how to submit herself and to yield her authority and dress appropriately for her boss, for her slave master. She follows those orders for her slave masters. But the man that she decided to lay down with, that she picked, she won't listen to him when he has concerns. And that is something that was always just appalling to me, that you don't understand how much self-respect you lack when, as a woman, you give the most valuable thing that you have, which is your body, to a man that you won't even listen to.
Right.
That's asinine. You understand? And that's exactly what Kiki Palmer is doing. She's showing just how foolish of a woman that she is. And it's so selfish that she don't even see the damage that she's going to do to her child. Like, her son is going to grow up and see how his father was emasculated and embarrassed by some slut. And then what is that son going to grow up and be? He's going to have to just be like his father unless he find the truth and learn how to be a man. You understand? And learned how to pick a better woman than his mother. And that's just sad that any boy has to even go through that. You know, so like it.
Yeah, y'all give him a hand, brother. All on that.
It's a lot if I may real quick. I was looking at the definition of clamorous, right? And the Google definition. The second part says clamorous city streets.
What now?
Right. Okay, so you follow me. It says clamorous city streets.
City streets.
So whenever we say she's for the streets, that's what we talk about. Kiki Palmer is for the streets. And the crazy part is she, like also Yaramat was saying, this sister want to sleep with a brother that's giving out people that what is letting it burn.
That ooh-wee.
Salagi.
Let me tell y'all something. When we see situations like this as preaching prophets of the Lord, like we take these sisters up, we take these brothers up, and we correct them. You understand? Right. We see these things, and we read these scriptures that preaching prophets of the Lord. It's our job to make these righteous judgments to teach. We look at these things in the news not to try to belittle anybody. You understand? But we have to call out things when they don't make sense. You understand what I'm saying? If you continue to allow things to be pushed in the earth that does not make sense, how will we ever get healed? How will we ever get fixed as a nation of people? It won't happen. All the sisters who know the story, just like Yeremiah just said, how many women out there, if they knew that the statistics of women that have children with the fathers not in the home and how greatly affected the children would be, do you think that would kind of slow down the promiscuity and the separations in the earth? It would, right? But when we don't correct those things and we say, well, girl, you can be independent. Go get your bag or just live for the check. It leaves a big gate. It leaves a wide passage of a lot of pain that could come to a lot of sisters, man. A lot of hurt that can come to a lot of children. You understand? We got to build up our consciousness about what we do and what we say and how we live. That's the only way it's going to make sense, right, young man Kevin? If you don't have a consciousness about what you do, who's going to stop you? What can't you do in a Christian church? You can do anything. You can do anything that you want to do in a Christian church. And you can blame it on, man, I don't know what I was thinking. God know my heart. Ain't that what they say? You can blame it on everything. Man, I was just having a bad day. But once you learn the truth about what this life really is, man, you're accountable for what you do and what you say. Every single thing. It is nothing more powerful than to take life, to know what life is about, and really hold on to that thing. And what is life? Life is what? Life is war. You're not living a life if you're not fighting the things that are hurting you. Yeah, you're actually dying. You're actually killing yourself. To live is to fight against things that hurting you. You understand? That's to live. Now, don't you think, like Yeremiah said, if Kiki Palmer knew the truth, then she actually sat down in one of Commanding Junior YAHANNA classes and learned that, sister, you're not a virtuous woman when you got your ass out, sis. That's not virtuous. You have so much value and so much more to offer to your husband than to walk around with no clothes on. And there's a time to walk around with no clothes on, but you don't want to do that.
Right.
No, you don't want to do that. You'll say things, you don't deserve me. You ain't, come on with it. Yeah, it ain't good enough. Yeah.
Salagi, sir.
Come on with it, Thaba One.
Salagi, if I could, sir, what you're saying is so heavy. And, like you said, I see this concept being perpetuated, you know what I'm saying, all on social media and in this kind of new age and everything, with these women saying that, okay, like, it's funny, they're almost saying that them being like hoes, you know what I mean, like, doesn't devalue them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, like, my value is just because I wear this doesn't mean anything and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like you just said, sir, if that's your man or your husband, right? And you and you know, I can see you're behind, and you know, I didn't marry you, I didn't lay down with you, I didn't do nothing. I'm just here scrolling through Facebook, and here I'm looking at your whole behind and your whole breast and all of that. That's no different than if I go to the dealership and they say, yeah, we're gonna give you this nice car, but anybody can get in it. Like, I can drive my car and park it anywhere, and any person that walks past, there's no key. You just get in and just drive off. You know what I'm saying? That car has very little value, if any value at all, to me. And that's what these women are saying. It's okay for them just to, you know, be for everybody, but still need to be loved. Like
it's half truth, Thaba One. What they're not telling you is the value that they had was gone since they were 14 years old. You know what they've been doing with their body since they were 14 years old? Looking for that man that can pay for it, Thaba One. Looking for that popular guy with the Jordans on, or the Timberlands, or the guy that had a nice car, or the basketball player, or the football player. Come on with it, young man.
You ever think they were looking for a daddy?
Of course.
That's the part that they out there.
Of course. Okay. Somebody to correct them. That's all. Just somebody say, hey, baby girl, I love you.
But don't wear that.
Don't wear that, though. I know you think it look good, but there's a time and place for it, baby girl. Okay. Just that small thing. Just the attention that they get. You know that mothers get jealous of them young girls when they start to dress like that too. But let the sisters know a little secret, right? You know, Big Mama had 13 children, and she didn't dress like that. and she got Big Daddy attention very well. You understand? She wore them same dirty flip-flops for 10 years. Y'all know Big Mama had them dirty flip-flops? Huh? And slid across the floor. She didn't need stilettos. You understand? Right. But now it's like you can't even garner a man's attention without thinking you have to show him what you're working with. Right. And I understand. This is the empire that Satan thrives in. You understand? And that's what he wants. He wants us looking after the promiscuous sisters, right? And he wants the sisters to dress a certain way. That's the world that we live in. But if you're in the house of Israel and doing what we was called to do as Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, the Lord asks us to live a greater life than that, man. That's right. And that's what we're building here in the I.S.U.P.K. So I ask every brother, man, challenge yourself. I know every sister that you see on the streets, they wearing yoga pants and workout gear every goddamn day. Like it's the normal, you understand? Man, nah. Try to fight it. And sisters, every man that look at you,
come
on with it.
So like I said, Captain I Thought is ready, sir.
Well, Most High in Christ. And with that, I'm gonna turn the class over to preach prophet of the Lord, Captain of 13,000. Oh, Captain I Thought.
Hey, Shalom, usually thumb, Akim. Shalom, Shema, Tabah, Shema, Shai. What's going on? You all good?
Come on. We was going over YAHANNA brought out a popular story right now. They saying that Keke Palmer, she just didn't stop with the serenading that Usher gave her. Now they got a whole song called Boyfriend or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's trash. You know what I mean? Usher, you know what I mean? If you have an Usher CD right now, you know what I mean? Throw it in the trash.
Come on.
Oh, God. Damn right. Throw that joint in the trash. You know what I mean? He just showed his true colors. You know what I mean? Not saying he didn't show it before, but now, you know what I mean? He all the way over the LGBTQ. He in the community. You know what I mean? He might be vying for president. You know what I mean? Okay. So Akim, you all have any questions?
Kind of one con, sir. I got a question, sir.
Come on, let me see if I could
it's Romans 6:1, sir. I heard the breakdown before, but I couldn't quite remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Romans. I mean, Salakia. Hold on, let me make sure I got it.
Mm-hmm. And while he getting that right,
it's Acts 6:1, Salakia.
Acts 6:1. Okay,
Yes,
go ahead. Go ahead. When you guys, you could read it.
Karawan Khan. This is the book of Acts, chapter 6 and verse 1. And in those days, when the number of the disciples was multiplied, there arose a murmuring of the Grecians against the Hebrews because their widows were neglected in their daily ministration.
Oh boy, what is that saying?
So, without, if I may, sir, I was thinking like maybe because the Israelites wasn't doing service for their women or something like that.
You on it? You on it? Okay. Okay, who's saying there's a neglect?
The Grecians.
Okay. Okay. Were they complaining?
Say again, sir.
Read it one more time.
In those days, when the numbers of the disciples was multiplied, there arose a murmuring of the Grecians against the Hebrews.
Right. So who's the Grecians?
The Greeks.
The Greeks? What you mean the Greeks?
I mean Edomites.
You sure?
Nope.
Okay, just think like today, right? What would brothers in the world say we doing?
So like I said,
come on.
Like they would be speaking against us because we causing trouble.
Okay, but no, more on the fact, the topic of what the question of what Yaniza is asking.
Okay.
Right? What Yaniza? Read the scripture one more time, Yaniza.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 6, verse 1. In those days, when the number of the disciples was multiplied, there arose.
So meaning what?
The school was growing.
Yeah, the school was growing. So the school getting big, right?
So like, if I may, I got the Greece in the Compact Zondervan Dictionary.
Go ahead and read it.
Kind of says Grecia is Greece, the home of the Hellenes. Greeks and Grecians, however, are to be distinguished. Greeks are generally those of Hellenic race. So those Grecians, would that be us as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, sir? That
yes, yeah. It's just like today. You call this they call us Americans. You know what I mean?
Lucky, sir.
Come on.
But I understand that being true, but there's also the reason why I was a little confused, because there's a scripture that says that we were sold unto the Grecians. So, you have to get the proper context. That was part of.
Yeah, I understand. So read it one more time.
And in those days, when the number of the disciples were multiplied, there arose a murmuring of the Grecians against the Hebrews because their widows were neglected in daily ministration.
Right. Read on.
Verse 2. Then the 12 called the multitude of the disciples unto them and said, it is not reason that we should leave the word of God and serve tables.
What are the disciples saying?
That we should, if I may, we should concentrate on serving God and not being servants to these Grecians.
No, not the Grecians. Remember, what are they being charged for by the Grecians?
Neglect.
Neglect of what?
Of the widows.
What's a widow?
A woman who has no husband. Her husband has died.
Yes, a woman who husband has died. That's a widow, right? Right. Not a woman who doesn't have a husband, but a woman whose husband has died. Right. That's a widow, right? And the Grecians is trying to charge the disciples for what?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
They was trying to charge them because some of the daily needs of the widows was, they were saying they was not meeting them.
Right.
But the disciples was telling them they need to be focusing on God's word.
Right.
And not just
you on it. Right?
God.
Read verse 2 over one more time, Yaniza.
Then the 12 called the multitude of the disciples unto them and said, it is not reason that we should leave the word of the Most High and serve tables.
Right? It's not. So he's telling them what?
It's better to serve the Most High and do the work of the Lord instead of working for whoever. Or I don't understand. Is tables? Is it like being a servant? I don't understand.
Yes. Meaning now you have to now. Okay. Anybody have a precept for this? Remember when they came to Christ, right? And they try to charge Christ for eating, I think, corn on the Sabbath.
I don't know what sir.
What did Christ tell them? Oh, what was the parable?
He told
would you get your donkey out of a ditch if he
Say
fell into it on the
Yes.
He asked him, would you come?
Yes. Would you get a donkey out of the ditch? What's the spirit behind it? What Christ trying to get him to understand? What's the spirit behind it? Come on.
Like it's not servile work to eat. You can't die or allow something to die because it's the Sabbath. Like
so what was Christ trying to get them to understand? What's the spirit?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Is it brotherhood?
It is brotherhood. Okay.
Like mercy.
Okay.
Salakia.
Come on.
He was trying to get to understand the spirit of the law instead of just trying to punish someone.
I think I lost you all.
All right, Salakia, sir. Salakia.
Come on.
That oath that the Sabbath is not, that man is the Lord over the Sabbath.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, we know that, right? But what is he trying to get them to? Okay, why is he working on the Sabbath?
So, like, sir,
come on.
If you could just, I want to clarify the question. You said him working on the Sabbath, sir?
Yes. Why is he working on the Sabbath?
Who, Christ, sir?
Yes.
Salakia.
Because it take work to what? To pluck the corn from the field, right? He is not sinning, right? But he's trying to get them to understand that what?
That you're gonna have to work on the Sabbath.
Why?
To save the nation.
That's it. That way, trying to get them to understand that. You're not home making sandwiches on the Sabbath. What you doing? You getting the donkey out of the ditch. You getting the sheep out of the ditch on the Sabbath. You working. You understand?
Okay.
You all understand?
Okay.
Right? And he's trying to tell these disciples, yo, we had to go do the work of the Lord. We can't be making what? Tables. Right? Read on.
Verse 3. Wherefore, brethren, look ye out among you 7 men of honest report.
So what is he doing here right now?
Come
on.
He delegating the work to other men.
Yes, he's now organizing it. He's like, we just can't stop the work of the Lord. But guess what? Get 7 men of what?
7 men of honest report.
Of honest report. Men who could do what?
Trust.
These men have good reputations. They're good workers.
Men that you could do what? Come on.
Trust.
Men that you could do what?
Depend on?
Men you could do what? That's, come on. Where you all in Hebrew Academy, Akim?
Dependable, predictable, reliable?
Yes. That's somebody who has a good report. You understand? Get that man. You can rely on him. you could depend on him. You understand? Right? Read on. He ain't just picking you. You know what I mean? He just picking anybody. He want men who he could trust, who he could rely on, who he could depend on. Right? Read on.
Full of the Holy Spirit and wisdom.
Meaning what?
They got zeal.
They got zeal.
And they make good choices.
According to what?
The Holy Spirit.
According to the Bible.
Come on,
understand? They ain't just know Job 30 and 30. They understand it. You understand? They ain't just know Matthew 18 and 15. They understand it. You understand?
Come on.
Right? Read on.
Whom?
In other words, these men are experts at what?
Breaking down the scriptures.
No. Remember, I just tell you it had nothing to do with breaking down the scripture, just, you know what I mean, like that.
So like the 7 men, I mean the disciples or the 7 men?
The 7 men. The 7 men. These men are expert at what? Just simple. Keep it simple. Not serving, at brotherhood. These are experts. These brothers are expert at being brother, as being a brother. You understand? Read on.
Whom we may appoint over this business.
Right? Whom we appoint over this business. Right? So that the whole camp don't have to stay back just to serve tables. You understand? Right? And Yanaza, your question was more so on the Grecians.
Yes, sir. Like I just wanted to understand who they were serving, because like I said, if I may, when I read the word Grecians, I always thought that they were talking about the Edomite Grecians who we were sold to.
Let me get that one for you. All right. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna get it for you. All right.
But I get the gist of what they're saying. The only understanding it was like we understand what they were doing now. We understand what they were doing and what their motive was.
Okay, good. So you're good to go with that?
Come on, sir.
All right. I know I coming late. Tabo one, you had a thing to play for me?
Concert.
All right. So Tabo one is going to play a video, right? Just a snippet of it. All right. And this is what's taking place right now. I want to say right now in the present. Right? Remember, we what type of climate we in right now? Just think America.
War.
Don't think the world. Think America. What climate America is in right now?
If I could, sir. Well, right now, America is gearing up for a presidential election.
Yeah, it's politics in the air. That's why you're hearing Donald Trump. He had to go. Yeah, I mean, he had to go. He might have to go to prison.
Okay.
Right? He had to go turn himself in either Thursday or Friday, whatever day he had to go turn himself in.
Okay.
Right? You're in a political climate right now in America. In the world outside of America is war. It's turmoil. Right? Not saying it's not turmoil in America also too, but if you're looking at it from the world's perspective, if you had to include America, is war you're looking at, right? So no, play that for me, Tabo one.
Concert.
Tabo one, I have to find a way to get these things to you, man. Let me see if I can take a picture and send it for you, right? And you can read it from off your phone. But go ahead.
Okay.
You go ahead, Tabo one.
Can everybody hear it, Salaki?
No, we can't hear it. No.
I don't think it.
No, I don't think it's playing. I hit play.
It's on what they've said about the border while they've been campaigning. We will go back to Title 42, but most importantly, we will stop catch and release, and we will start catch and deport.
On day one, we will declare the border to be a national emergency. We will marshal all available resources, including the U.S. military, to stop the invasion cold.
We cannot have an insecure, wide open, and unsafe border. If you don't control your back door, it's not your house.
What do you think about this as an issue going into tomorrow night's debate, Britt?
All right, that's it. What are they doing?
Salaki, sir. They're using like the whole immigration thing to win the votes.
Okay, so yes, but give me the spirit behind it.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
They're going to war against our brothers and sisters on the border, sir.
You want it. You want it, Sidak. But I want it much more simpler. What are they doing? What Sidak is saying is correct. He's hitting the nail.
Salakia. They're blaming us for America's problem.
You on it.
Salaki, out of one. I was gonna say that they're making us the enemy of the political campaign.
That's it. And understand this. This is what brings them to what? Together. Remember, we went over in that book, right? Right, in one of them, that book, Lucifer. We will get some more in it, right?
Okay.
The Lucifer effect.
Yes, they
are creating an enemy. You understand? It's going to find its way to who? If it not already did, because you're seeing it in the news every day. If it's not what they're saying about the border, what else are they speaking about? That's political. That they're trying to politicalize. If that's a word, Slakia.
Is it education reform, sir?
Politics. Think politics. You're seeing it in the news almost every day.
Salaki, sir.
The
transgender movement.
No. Wait,
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Could you repeat the question, sir?
Okay. Remember, I told you we in a political. You know what I mean? Climate, right? What are you seeing on the news? Remember, we just said they're creating an enemy here when it comes to the what you call it again? When it comes to the Mexicans and the border, right? Hey, just mute him, please.
I got it, sir.
Okay,
So, like, if I may, out of one.
Come on.
Would you say immigration?
Yeah, but that's what it just said.
Yeah,
they're already putting that into play with the immigration. All right. What else? What else is seen on the news?
Well, Salaki, sir. If I could, I'm not sure if this is, I'm not sure if this is the answer to your question, but one thing you're seeing is like that dude DeSantis. He just kind of got in trouble for a little bit, like with like Republicans, because he basically said like, he's like, yo, like our party is basically, long story short, he was like, it seems like to be a Republican just means to be a Trump supporter. Like that's if you don't love Trump and you know what I'm saying, that it's his words, kiss his behind, you're looked at like you're not a real Republican, you're not a real right wing or conservative. So
you were right. So on that vein, right? What are you seeing in the news? You all are turning on the news and hearing how they're talking about crime in these cities.
I saw, if I may, sir, I saw they did this thing on San Francisco, whereas they show blacks and Hispanics looting these stores, of course.
Yes,
because in San Francisco they got this law: if an item is not worth a certain amount, you just get a fine, or it's a misdemeanor, and so they blame those people for the chaos and the financial problems that San Francisco is facing.
Yes. So what are they doing when they put it on the news and perpetrate us like that?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Just a few hours ago, Donald Trump came under fire for calling Atlanta a violent crime war zone, and we all know who lives in the urban or metropolis of Atlanta is black people.
Mm-hmm.
So he's basically, demonizing us, saying we're the reason why crime is the way it is.
So right. So what is he doing?
Salakia, sir.
Uh-huh.
They're ramping up the race war, sir.
Okay.
Rebel rousing.
They are creating an enemy.
Khan.
They are creating an enemy. They're creating an enemy when it comes to the Hispanics. They're creating an enemy when it comes to what? Judah, Benjamin, Levi. You understand? They're creating an enemy. You understand? You all understand what I'm saying, right?
Absolutely.
That's what you're seeing on the news, right? I mean, you kind of tell me, is all the January 6 hearings done?
Sir.
No, but you're not seeing that on the news.
Salakia,
Yes,
sir.
Come on.
There's a term used to describe what is transpiring right now with respect to all the major news outlets. This political climate, it's a lot of rabble rousing going on. And it basically is people who make a group of people angry, excited, or violent, by giving speeches, especially in order to achieve a political or social goal. Salakia.
Yeah, so they're doing what? They're creating an enemy. Ain't nobody talk about the Ukrainians, about how they're coming and we sending money across there for them, and now they're coming across here and sucking the economy. Ain't nobody talking about the Afghanistan people who know how to come across here and now living off a food stamp, living off of every resources that America has to offer them. Nobody say nothing. You understand? But when it comes to us, they are constantly creating an enemy, because that does what?
Salaki, sir.
Uh-huh.
It galvanizes all the oppressors against the Israelites.
Yes, but that does what when they create an enemy? That does what for them?
It gives them the opportunity to do whatever they want to us once they create that enemy.
Salaki, sir.
Salaki, sir.
Right.
Salaki, sir.
Come on, how about that one?
It garners them together, sir.
Yes, it brings them together. You understand? So now you heard about the story about the Karen who threatened the judge to kill her because of Trump. You understand? Like it brings them together. Hating us brings them together. Creating an enemy brings them together. You understand? Come on.
Could you say like with 9/11, like them making an enemy out of those Middle Easterns, it rode like it made the patriarchy of America just grow because of that enemy? Could you say it's kind of the same thing?
It's the same thing. You understand? There's the same exact thing. You understand? But the only difference is he created an enemy in America here with us, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Come.
You understand? When he have Afghanistan soil, he's trying to do the same thing, but they are not destroyed like us. You see what happened in Niger? What happened? You're looking at the news. What's happening in Niger?
Well, they want to expel the French, and they want to use the United States and the French as the former colonizers as a means to garner support for Africans to unite and try to, push the West out.
They're not like us. They're not destroyed like us. They know the oppressors are their what? Enemy. They know that. And they came together, right? And they have one common enemy, who is the French and America, and they're kicking them out. You understand? No, we don't know that this man is our enemy. Precept. Where you go to show that he's the enemy?
So I get sir.
Come on.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
Yes. So get it.
Right.
Right. Get it. Right. And then you see what happens, right? When you join America. When you join America, right? What is the next thing you do?
You hate blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Yes, you're a traitor. You become a traitor to your own people.
Right.
You understand? That bald-headed, that meathead, Cole, what's his name? No, the brother. What's his name? I forget his name. Somebody could look up his name. Who running for president?
Ben Carson?
No, not Ben Carson. Ben Carson, he gave up on that, brother.
The brother that's running for presidency now.
Yeah, for the Republican Party.
Tim Scott.
Tim Scott, meathead. Excuse my French. I hope they kick more off the internet. Tim Scott. Do you think he like black people?
Salak, y'all the one. You got one more that's running for president too.
Who's that? Come on.
Name Cornel West.
Well, okay. He is, but he know he has no way of winning it. Right. He's just trying to, offset. You know what I mean? Whatever he trying to do in his mind. I think that's his way of fighting the oppressor.
Come on.
Which is, child's play. You know what I mean? You don't go and join his politics to try and fight him at his game. You understand? You are a rat playing a snake game.
Come on.
You gonna get what?
Bitten.
No. Well, a snake just bite a rat?
And get swallowed up, Salaki, sir.
Yeah, he eats that rat.
That brother say you get swallowed up.
Yes. That's exactly what's gonna happen. You think they're paying Cornel West any mind right now?
La.
Come on.
Salaki, sir.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him some airtime so that they could use him to increase, the ability to help them become our enemies. Like, here's this uppity Negro that we allowed to do all of these things because they gave him a lot of airplay on certain stations where he was having a problem with this other cat. I can't remember his name. And so what they was doing, following what we're talking about here tonight, is allowing him to say what he says, which will increase their animosity toward us.
Right, but he was not doing that. He was saying, "I love." He was basically calling them brother and saying he loved them. You understand? He was not even trying to say we have to separate. That wasn't coming out his mouth. He want to really do some harm to them. He should just tell the truth. He just say we have to separate from America. Right. There's no coming together. There's no voting. You understand? There's no. Voting ain't going to change anything. But I'm just here. But he's not even on that part. You understand? He trying to bring his truth in. Not the Most High, not the Bible. Right? Read Deuteronomy for me.
Salaki, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
Right, and this is our captivity speaking about. You understand? For people to put you in captivity, you have to be their enemy. Ain't no, ain't no getting around it. Ain't no getting around it. Right. Your friend is not going to do this to you.
Right.
You understand? Your acquaintance, he ain't gonna do this to you. Your enemy, he gonna do it to you though. You understand? Read on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
And there ye shall be what?
Be sold unto your enemies.
You are going to be sold unto your enemy. Ain't no getting around it. Like black people, as black people, we've been fooled. You understand? We have been fooled into thinking that slavery is over and that, we fit into live, this, what's it with homogeneous or, in paradise with this oppressor. We are not. We are not. We are not even in his plans. You understand? Read on.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
For what?
For bondmen and bondwomen.
For bondman and bondwoman. But read on.
And no man shall buy you.
What does that mean?
Like I said,
mm-hmm.
No man shall buy you is just no nation is going to free you from your captivity.
Yes. In simple, nobody is going to save you. So what does that mean? If you had to bring it back to today, what does that mean? If you're reading that.
So like I said, if I may, it means that we cannot depend on the oppressors or anybody else to help us.
You're correct. You're correct. But it means also that what? You're still in captivity. That's what it means. You're still in captivity. Nobody was going to do what?
Free you.
Yeah, nobody. Only one man going to do that, and that's who?
Christ.
Christ. And he ain't back as yet. So which means what?
We're not free, sir.
Captivity.
Yeah, we're still in captivity.
So like I said,
come on.
And voting is not going to free you.
Correct. You understand? You could go and make the political party or the Christians, whatever, left wing, whatever. You are not going to free black people. You understand? Only way you're going to free black people, you're going to have to use black people's constitution to free them. And that's what? That's the Bible.
Right.
And the only place you're getting taught the Bible is in the I.S.U.P.K. No other place on the earth teaching you this Bible. Teaching you your true constitution. Teaching you, giving you the solution to your problem. You understand? You don't want a slut as a mother to your son or as a wife. Then the Bible tells you how not for that to happen. You understand? You don't want a Kiki Palmer. You don't have to have a Kiki Palmer.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to. You understand? Right. But you got to follow the Bible. You got to follow these men who follow this Bible. So that you don't end up like Darius, what's his name? Jackson. You understand?
Sir.
I feel bad for that brother. For LGBTQ to be, to be busting style, or to be playing on your head like that, boy. Or how to put it, a petri dish.
Right.
To be, making it out like he better than you and pitting your woman against you. You in hell. You know what I mean? You in hell.
So like right?
Come on.
On that topic, like we know that like you can't divorce a woman, your wife, unless she commits adultery or fornication. But like, is there any grounds, like say your woman got dressed half butt naked and went and serenaded and did something that was very unbecoming? Would that be grounds for a divorce, or would that still fall like it just spirit, like she didn't have sex with a man? Like,
man, kick that. No, messing with you. No, messing with you. No. What you all remember the story with King David? Who could find it for me? You remember when King David had just won a battle and was dancing?
Con, sir.
What did he do to that wife?
He put up in the tower and he didn't let her have any children. He didn't have sex with her.
Yeah, he separated from her.
Con.
Like it says, 2 Samuel 6:14.
Yeah.
Sluggish.
Come on.
I mean, he put on a very harsh punishment.
Yes,
Never separated
that's
from
the
her.
best way to put it, on a very harsh punishment. In other words, she was on ice.
Con.
She was just
Con.
chilling. Yes, and she was just chilling. That's all. Hey, honey, you coming to see me? Yeah, just now. Yeah, hold on. All right. You need any food, anything? What you need? All right, cool. Click. She was on Isaac.
Oh God.
You ain't leaving, but if that slut want to go, let her go.
Salagi, sir.
Come on.
If I could ask a question on that topic.
But get counsel first. No, you aren't gonna be telling me you're paying your wife up in some tower. I'm saying, yeah, I mean, cop said to, lock her away, sir. Salakia, you don't get me in trouble. Better come get counsel first. All right? Come on.
Okay, so that goes right along with my question because I've heard it said before. I mean, I might have misunderstood, but I've heard it broken down that a brother cannot, that you can't deny your rib. You know what I'm saying? You can't deny her the ride. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. She wanted it, right. It is what it is. But with King David doing what he did, obviously I know the scriptures have no contradiction, but how would we, reconcile that? Like,
okay.
In what circumstance can a man decide, like, nah, you're not getting no ride at all?
You just said it. What did you say?
In what circumstance?
No. You said it before. Before you ask the question, you answer the question.
Okay.
Remember what you said?
I said King David had put her on a harsh punishment.
On a what?
Harsh punishment.
So when?
Punishment.
That's it.
Come on.
You understand? King David didn't just not say, I ain't dealing with you. This was a disrespectful on a woman who, was trying to belittle him. He's the freaking king. And you trying to belittle the king? At the time? Okay, Kiki. Go up in the tower that I built for you. It's nice. It's laid out nice. Your flat screen, you have everything you need. Your maids, whatever you need. I'm a check you just now. And it doesn't say he never checked her, but what it says, she never got a what?
A child with her.
Yeah, he never had a child with her. So all them, whatever she had on the chest was a waste. You understand? Right? He punished her for what she did. All right. Yermak, you have it.
So like
go ahead.
Second Samuel chapter 6 and verse 14. David danced before the Lord with all his might. And David was girded with a linen ephod. Like it. Verse 15. So David and all the house of Israel brought up the ark of the Lord with shouting and with the sound of the trumpet. Verse 16. And as the ark of the Lord came into the city of David, Michal, Saul's daughter, looked through a window and saw King David leaping and dancing before the Lord, and she despised him in her heart.
And she what?
Despised him in her heart.
You understand? She hated him. You understand? Read on.
Verse 7.
Much like some of you sisters, not in this school, you understand? But some of you sisters in the world, hate your man for what? That's the man who gonna put his life on the line for you, when pressure come. Hate him for what? Read on.
Verse 17. And they brought in the ark of the Lord and set it in his place in the midst of the tabernacle that David had pitched for it. And David offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before the Lord. Want me to skip down?
Skip down to where do you have where it say what King David did? what King David told her. Skip down to when he tell her.
I will go to verse 21.
Go ahead.
Verse 21. And David said unto Michal, it was before the Lord which chose me before thy father and before all his house to appoint me ruler over the people of the Lord,
You understand?
over
So
Israel.
she hated him because of what? She hated him because her family lost that throne. You understand? And she looked at David as the problem. He was the reason why they lost the throne. You understand? And she hated him for it. Right? Now read on.
Therefore will I play before the Lord. Verse 22. And I will yet be more vile than thus, and will be base in mine own sight. And of the maids.
So in other words, what is King David telling her right here?
So like it, sir. He's saying you want to be nasty or mean or harsh. I can be harsher than you.
Yes. In other words, he's telling her, F you, your mother effer. You understand? He's basically telling her that. He cursing her out. He's like, B, you don't know who I am? I'm gonna be more vile than you ever think. You think I dancing naked here right now? Was he dancing naked?
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah. Was he dancing naked? No. But she accusing him of it. You understand? Right? I mean, but read on.
And of the maidservants which thou have spoken of them shall I be had in honor.
What is he telling this wicked wench called Kiki?
Like you say. He's saying he gonna go be with the women that she was jealous of.
Yes. No, you take that, you know what I mean? Take that. Write that in your notes. You have a notepad, take it out. Wicked woman equals more ribs.
Another woman.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's trying to tell her. He's like, I don't need you. I'm gonna get these right here. You understand? And they're gonna do what? Read on.
Of them shall I be had in honor.
You understand? What is he saying?
Like these women are gonna treat me like how I'm supposed to be treated.
Yes, better than you. You understand? Because enough of the time you have a you know what I mean, an evil woman, and she take your character, your personality, you know what I mean, and she try to turn it into something evil when it's not. You understand? And now you're gonna have to show her, all right, B, we will see. I'm gonna go get 10 of them.
That's
and they're gonna treat me better than you. Right? Are you saying you're gonna leave her? No. You saying she will be 11. You understand? The 11th. You understand? She's gonna be a sub. You understand? She coming in whenever, you know what I mean, whenever you feel like. But them 10, they're on the field. They're gonna play. You understand? She's gonna be in the stands. You know what I mean, cheering on. And hoping one day she's gonna be be included into the team. You know what I mean? You're gonna pull all the way up in the stands. On the benches, on the bleachers, they call it. All right, read on.
Verse 23. Therefore, Michal, the daughter of Saul, had no child until the day of her death.
Yeah. You understand? That's how you deal with a wench, a wicked woman. She wants a child. She better what? She better change. A child comes, and what is David treating it as? A child is a what? That's a what?
Okay, sir. Child is a blessing to a woman, anybody, but it's a blessing or a gift.
Okay, that's it. What you want? That's it. A woman
Oh,
loves gift. You tell a woman, or the Lord gonna bless you, brother, with no roses, with no chocolate, with no child, the Lord gonna bless you. Nah. She knows a child in her arms after 9 months is a blessing, is a gift. You understand? And David knew he goes impregnate this Kiki Palmer. It's what it would have been hell. So guess what? You did this. You try to disrespect me and take out of this like slide. Nah, you go. You understand? That's why. I believe it's John Mahaman who brought it out, where he said that Daria should go get that child. Go get that child and put Kiki Palmer on child support. Go do it. You understand? Because that's what a wicked woman needs to understand. That there's somebody out there that's more wicked than her. And it's called the oppressor. All right. All right, you're good with that, right?
All
right. Let's see if we can get a little bit of this, right? And then we let's see where we at. Tab 1. Not the highlighted. The first one I sent you, right? You could read the words good?
Concert.
Okay, so go ahead. So this is from the Lucifer Principle, right? The scientific expedition.
You just sent me two, right, sir?
Yeah, read the first part, the first one, below the highlighted part.
Okay. Salaki, I was trying to I can get on the screen, but it's kind of it's sideways, so I can't really flip it.
No, don't what
show
do
it.
You mean? Yeah, you need to show it on the screen. You could just read it.
Concert.
All right.
Salaki. Have to download it right here.
Oh, I'm messing up. Salaki.
No, you messed your search. It's just that it's sideways, and I gotta open it up in the program here, and I can just flip it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it right here. Most High in Christ. It says the value of having an enemy.
All right. So skip that paragraph.
So skip the highlighted paragraph, sir. A charismatic leader's invocation of the enemy's image is frequently what draws the social organism together.
You understand? But everything we just said, he just said it in one line. You understand what he just said there? Read it one more time.
A charismatic leader's invocation of the enemy's image is frequently what draws the social organism together.
All right. What he just said there?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
If I could, an example of this would be what Hitler and Goebbels and the Third Reich did in Nazi Germany. What they did was they made an enemy, and they made a very distinct image of the enemy.
Yes, bring it home. So
what he's basically saying is that a good leader uses the enemy's image and creates that image to bring all of his fellow people together.
So bring it home to what we were just going over. Come on.
So with them showing all of the crime, all of the problems at the border, the continuous people going in, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans going in stores taking things, it galvanizing all of the oppressors together. So when they need to move against us, then they're all together.
Yes, and that movement you're talking about is going to the polls and vote for them, because each one of them are trying to be what? They're trying to be a what? A charismatic leader. They're trying to be a leader. Each one of them that's saying that there's a situation on the border. Each one of them trying to be what? The president.
So like,
come on.
I was gonna say that's the same thing that Biden essentially did years ago when he did the what's the plan that he was saying they was
I know
all the politicians use it. Hillary Clinton, us being super predators, and that's That's always been the agenda of everybody that run for some type of office. They use us as a, you know what I'm saying, the wrong ones to point out. You know what I mean?
Yes. Because what they understand is this in politics: you need an enemy. You understand? To bring the people, the mass together. You understand?
What you call it? The
People
scapegoat?
vote. Not so much a scapegoat, but it's the value of having an enemy. You're gonna have what? You're gonna have people who believe they're good looking at people who are what? Who are bad.
Yeah, go on.
You understand? Mm-hmm. So they created. You understand? So for their gain, for bringing their people together. So now, guess what? A black brother or Hispanic or Native Indian, when he goes into the vicinity or into their space, he doesn't want to sound or look like an outsider. So he says what? He agrees with them. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Come on.
Would you say that this is the because like they did this back in like the Birth of a Nation, where they would do the blackface, you know, committing crimes, and kind of painting the image that we're the criminals. Is this something that stopped for a while and it's starting now for this agenda, or is this something that always,
it never stopped? It's
stopped?
Always been like that. It always been like that. It never stopped. It never stopped. If it stopped, your oppressors will be killing each other. You understand? They will be killing each other. They will be fighting each other. You understand? But it never stopped. You understand? It's your black leadership that make it seem as if it stopped because they went and sat down and had food, you know what I mean, drinks with them. But it never stopped for us. You understand? But to the rich, when you look at the rich, you really think that, yeah, we can make it in America. Be a fly on the wall in the house to see what they have to do, brother, and you will run. You will run. Have any knowledge you have right now. You will run. You'll run. You will not want to be in their position. Do you want to be in a position where another man dictating what you see? Another man dictating what you wear? Another man dictating how you dress? What is he doing? What is that man doing?
So like you said, the man who's being told what to do, or the man who's telling?
Yes, either one. Tell me, describe the man that is being told what to do. What is happening there?
He's becoming enslaved. He's yielding his authority to
precept. It's in the New Testament. It's in the New Testament. How do you bind a strong man?
Salakia.
Come on.
You tie him up.
Yes, you tie him up. Right.
By,
how is he being tied up?
By breaking in his house.
Let's read it. But tell me how you're doing that. Hold on, I'm trying to get something here.
Want me to read it, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is, Mark chapter 3 and verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man.
So how does he bind the strong man?
Taking his authority.
Yeah, how he taking his authority?
So like I said, by
But basically,
Salakis.
Mm-hmm.
You deceive them.
Okay.
Child support.
That's it. I want to hear that. Child support.
The cares of the world.
Not so much the cares of the world,
Bills.
but child support. You understand? The war on drugs. You understand? You are binding a man up. You understand? Now, you remember what the scripture said. The scripture said this. How it's in Ecclesiasticus, where it speaks about what it is again? About, I believe it is about begging. Right? What does it say about begging? What does it say about begging?
A beggar's life is no life at all.
It's no life at all. You understand? Right? It's not a life. But he puts us in situations where you have to become a what? A criminal. No, he has the money. He has the money, the ways and means for employment. Right. You cannot tell me in slavery there was no problem when it comes to employment, right? Was no problem. But now there's a problem. You understand? Now there's a problem because he is creating a problem. You understand?
Oh,
he is creating a problem. And what you'll get to understand, the problem he is creating is really out of what? You correct with hatred, but there's something else. There's something else leading him to deal with us the way he deals with us.
So like I would say out of necessity.
Politics.
No, not politics. It's along the line of politics. Why he using politics and stuff too to keep us in line.
Right.
Tab 1, look up this book called the Birds, Dirt by Ben Wattenberg.
Said The Birth by Ben Wattenberg.
The Dirt. I don't know if I mean DERTH. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly. You will help me with that.
Oh, count Birth Dearth.
Yeah.
DEARTH.
Yeah. By Ben Wattenberg.
Count on one concert.
All right.
You want to read something from it?
Not read something from it. Just look it up. Tell me how much it costs then. Take that book. Do you all ever heard about this book?
Yes.
Right. This is one of the books that they try to keep within their community.
I mean, you see different prices, but I think an original copy of The Birth Dearth, what happens when people in the countries don't have enough babies. I see one on thriftbooks.com used for $1,400.
You understand? What is happening here? He is what? Beside hatred, it's the what? Why does he have so much guns? Is it because he could kill? No, he could kill.
This is fear?
What? Yes. Fear. They call it Caucasian fear or the oppressor's fear. You understand? He wants, it's like this. Are we close to being in a depression?
Are we close to what, sir?
Being in a depression, or are we in a depression? You consider us in a depression?
Yes, sir.
Right?
We close. We close.
Real close to being in depression. But they're not talking about that. they're talking about what? Immigration.
Right.
You understand?
Salak Aldewan.
Come on.
So is this along the same lines as the Great Replacement Theory? Is that what we're talking about?
When they say grace replacement theory, which
Well, the Great Replacement Theory is a theory where white people feel as if they're being replaced by minorities.
yes, that's what the book is about.
Kamakan Salakia.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's about.
It's what Peyton Gendron, that's what fueled him to go into that supermarket and gun down all those people. Salakia.
Yes, that fear. You understand? Along with the hatred, that's a bad concoction. You don't want your oppressor to be in. You understand? If you're not in this school, you understand? You're gonna learn the hard way, right?
Oh God.
Now, Tabawan, you see the last one I sent you? Check your phone, right?
Come on.
Read that highlighted part for me on your phone.
Come on, sir. Lock it.
That's the highlighted part.
You sent through WhatsApp, sir?
Yeah.
My WhatsApp is like bugging. I got too much stuff on my phone. Did you send 3 or just 2?
2. I'm gonna read it right here.
I have the second one then. If you just sent 2, I already sent the second one to myself.
No, it was I sent you a third one. But don't worry, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it for you, right?
Come on, sir.
So it says, get this one. Get this one right here. It's like, yeah, we need some glasses. Remove the testicles from a rooster, and it becomes a peace-loving bird. Sew the testes back into its stomach, and the masculine hormones once again flood the fowl's bloodstream. Now the recently mild-mannered chicken sprouts off to start a fight. You understand? What they're doing is, when you bind a strong man, you are actually taking his what? Testicles away.
Good night.
You're making him a loving person. So now your father go to church, your mom go to church, or if I would say a father, he claps and he sings because his testicles are gone.
Come.
You understand?
Come.
Then you have your Darius Jacksons who will send a text that is, that is nicely mannered because his testicles are what? Taken from him. Then you have the ushers, who has been taken from them a long time ago. You understand? They're not trying to do what? They're not trying to fight. Neither of them trying to fight. Tim Scott, he is not trying to fight. His testicles are all the way ripped from him, taken, gone. Shalom. You understand?
Khan, sir.
But put it back in these men. How are you going to put that back into them? Come on.
As my testicles are just growing back now after I came into the truth.
Get up, brother. I had.
I've been in the Christian church for 30 years, sir.
You understand? Yeah. That's it. He's going to have to come into the truth, and he's going to have to recognize that they are making us out to be enemies, and we are not the enemy. The Hispanics are not the enemy. They are poor, starving, hungry people trying to get what? Trying to get food, trying to make a life, running from the killing that you created in their country. You understand? You created that mess in their country, and they're just trying to come here to get away from it. But you are painting them out to be evil. You are painting them out to be wicked. You understand? You're with me? Right? Let me see. I think it's is it Maccabees? Give me Maccabees. I think it's Maccabees 1 and 14. First Maccabees. Hold on, man. Let me check it quick. Either first Maccabees or second Maccabees. 1 and 11. 1 and 11. All right. This is your Tim Scotts. These are your politicians, your preachers. You understand? People who in leadership position who just about trying to look after themselves. Read this.
Common concept.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if no one else got it, it's First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men,
all right,
who
went
persuaded
what?
many. Wicked men.
Wicked men. You understand? Wicked men who what? Who testes got snipped. You understand?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
I was going to read. One of the troopers going to go ahead and read it.
Okay, go ahead.
This is the book of Maccabees, First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
Those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, "Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen."
You understand? They're trying to persuade you. You know what I mean? Persuade meaning what? What are they trying to do?
Convince.
Yeah, they're trying to convince you. Like Tim Scott. He's trying to convince you that the Mexicans on the border is the problem. That these young brothers who are going in these stores and looting, that they are the problem. When ain't no bigger thief than your banks.
Right.
Who charging you what? What, 20, your credit card's charging you what, 23% interest? 8% interest? APR? You're going to spend $200,000 on a house. And by the time the mortgage is over,
30 years.
Yeah, in 30 years, you will done buy 3 houses for that bank.
Go.
And you telling me them brothers on the streets, them is the thieves? Them
Right.
is the crooks? Yeah, the pharmacies and them. Brothers and them was selling the marijuana, which is against the law, but now your pharmacies and them selling it now. And they the problem. The ones you locked up in jail for drugs, they the problem.
Okay. Shalaga said.
Uh-huh.
If I could, so what you're saying is so heavy because, going right back on the topic of, how they paint the enemy, Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. You can go on YouTube, on National Geographic and, all these different kind of outlets and they'll paint the picture that one of the problems in America is, two Mexican brothers in South America cooking up fentanyl. In some swamp in the Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But the reality is that, they sell fentanyl in their doctor's offices. They prescribe fentanyl to people. They try to prescribe fentanyl to people. And they got so many malpractice suits and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because they're, like you said, so they're the bigger drug dealers than any Mexican or any black man has ever been.
Yes.
Talk about that.
And also to just think about it this way, right? About maybe 50 years, I'll give it 60. When was the prohibition period?
It was 1920 to 30, sir.
Right. When they were selling bootleg liquor and stuff. That is equivalent to what? Drugs. Back then because it was illegal. Who was selling it?
The oppressor.
Yeah. What happened to them now? They took them generation, those offspring, and gave them what? Jobs.
Yep.
You understand? Gave them jobs. But not when it comes to us. We the problem. Like you have Caucasian farmers today. How the hell you could have Caucasian farmers today when black people? Who better than a Hispanic farmer, than a black farmer? Them white boys can't spend no time in the sun.
Right.
Who the fooling? Come on.
If I could, like they always, they so scared of like Mexicans stealing jobs. But so like I ain't never seen no these Mexicans coming and stealing these middle class and high class jobs from any of our oppressors. So it's like they pushing a narrative that really they know would never affect them because those Mexicans didn't go to college. They don't have the college degrees to get the job they got. So it's like, what are they even talking about? They're not going to take your job. So like it.
Yes. Come on.
Several states have claimed that they don't have enough workers. So it's bullshit.
You understand? You understand?
I don't want to come.
It's diarrhea. You understand? Straight up. You understand? Bad stomach, diarrhea, talk.
That's right.
You understand? Like they are. That's proof that they are painting an enemy. When we just poor people are, we poor. We don't own no factory. You understand? We don't make guns. We don't make missiles. We don't make nothing like that. We just simply go to work for you and come back home and try to live out this hell. You understand? But they're trying to make an enemy because they know their people. You can't be looking a Caucasian in the eyes. Meaning you can't be on his, level. He's going to think the world is coming to an end for himself. Come on.
So, like, question, like when it comes to America, of course, any nation needs and wants to have allies with other nations and countries. But is there a reason why, if we having a situation with Mexicans wanting to come into America, wanting to be a part of America, is there a reason why America is not just making an ally with Mexico? Are they trying to strangle them out and making their lands poor or oppressed? Or is there a reason why they just won't just become allies with Mexico unless they are, if that makes sense? Like,
no, I understand what you're trying to say, and how Esau is. He is like this. Come on, is it my mic?
No, I don't think it's your mic, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Count, I was just gonna say, could it be that? I remember you had mentioned it in a class before, but I'm not sure if this would be on point to answer Overseer Armand's question. But could it be that Mexico doesn't quite have any resources that would help America get rich, so it doesn't really benefit them so much to turn them into a political ally the way they might try to turn some other countries like China, what I'm saying, or Japan. These are countries that have technology. What I'm saying, they know how to turn silicone into some kind of phone that's gonna make America billions of dollars. But Mexico doesn't quite have those kind of resources, if I'm not mistaken. So could it be that?
Salakia, sir.
Come on, Isupk.
Salakia, from what my understanding and the situation with the political ties with America is that pretty much Mexico does serve the United States. They because you got to think about it. They make political deals where they outsource to all those, where they get cheap labor to build all of these. We're still the slaves in Mexico, but the politicians in Mexico get bought. That's the whole corruption thing. And America plays a big hand in buying them. And really, China and the other nations, just like America, they're really after the spoils, which is us. They're trying to make political deals with these other politicians too. Mexico is pretty much everybody, like it's a buyout. You just look, we'll pay you this, and we're gonna build these highways with cheap labor, or we're gonna outsource the Chrysler over here, the Chrysler factory, and everybody's gonna work for cheap labor, just like we do here in America. And on top of that, we're gonna pretty much traffic all these. We're gonna build. We're gonna create all of this war, these cartels where we dealing with them too. Like it's a lose-lose situation for Mexico, but they don't have America doesn't really have to do much with Mexico, but just bribe them and just America's pretty much the owner. They own Mexico too.
Yeah, you're right. Give me Ezekiel 35:5. All right. And what you are saying, I mean, it's I mean, it's on it's all of that included. But it's more than just that. Why do America hate black people?
So like I said,
Uh-huh.
we God's chosen people.
The same reason why they hate Mexicans. It's
God.
the same reason why. It's the same reason why they're trying to do this. What they're doing to us, to the Mexicans.
Damn right.
You understand? Come on.
I was going to ask, like, would that be an insult to, like, I don't know the nature of Mexico politically or who runs what in Mexico or who's in control, but is Spain or the Spaniards, are they still in control of Mexico?
No. America wouldn't have it. Right?
Okay,
all of it, it has to do with, remember, okay, we don't look at the oppressor, right? To us, the colonialism is done when it's still going on. You all understand what I'm saying, right? The colonializing moved from shackles to what?
Political.
Economics.
You're on it, Yaniza. Money. So now America has all these countries under them in in captivity by money. That's why Niger trying to get rid of France. It has to do with money and economics. You understand? They're saying they on the face of it, France and Spain and America and England, they're saying that slavery is over. When if slavery is over, then why our money is not at the same level? Why my dollar, my 7 TT dollar is 1 US. My 122 or 125 Jamaican dollar is 1 US. Why? Because somebody's serving somebody. You understand?
Slovakia, sir, 150.
I apologize, brother. 150.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Hey, and the key of it is that they've taken control of every nation's national bank, their central bank.
Yes. All right.
That's how they've done it.
Yes. Now give me Ezekiel.
Salaki, sir.
Uh-huh.
Before you get to Ezekiel, a closer ties, Mexico getting a closer tie with the US. I don't see how that would help them. I mean, Puerto Rico is a state of the US.
Mm-hmm.
And look how they are doing Puerto Rico.
Yes, and it has nothing to do really with ties when it comes to I.S.U.P. Like these Mexicans, they know the situation with the oppressor. Remember when those when the brother and either brother and two sisters, when they drive through a blockade in Mexico, where the cartel was?
Khan, sir.
What happened to them?
They got killed. Oh no, they got held for ransom.
No, they didn't get held for ransom. No.
So like I said, they got shot.
You all forget the story, right? Just because of time, right? They ran through the blockade. They got shut up. One person died, right? At this time, they didn't know who it was. They took the two Americans, right? And then they gave up the two Americans and the people who did the shooting. Why?
So like I said,
Uh-huh.
Because America runs them.
You understand? Not just runs them, but it's a fear. You understand what I'm saying?
Come
It's a fear. They know the oppressor. He's going to come in there and do what? Wipe out everybody.
Right.
You understand? He won't just burn the fentanyl. He's going to take the fentanyl and then give it to your what do I call that? To your
Rosenstein.
No. What you call that? Like, give it to your competitor and set him up. You understand? Right? They know that. 1 minute. Let me get that scripture. Ezekiel 35.
Come. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
By the what?
By the force of the sword.
Something in us are from birth. You're gonna grow up knowing that this man could kill you at any instant in this place.
Right.
You could be in the right. You understand? And somehow in the back of your mind, I could die today if a cop stopped me. You understand? Driving. Right? Right, read on.
By the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
Right, in the time of their calamity. They're not aliens. They're not trying to enter forcefully in a time of their calamity. These people are poor.
Right.
They don't have money to buy food. They don't have food. You're taking all the resources. Mexico have a ton of resources. Don't get fooled. Go do the research. They have a ton of resources.
Right.
The only reason why America have them the way they are right now is because America needs these people poor so they can't fight. They took their testicles away. They took it away. You understand? So they can't fight. So now they don't have to worry about Mexico when they go to war with Russia. They don't have to worry about Central America because Central America is in turmoil because they created it. You understand? They don't have to worry about the Lord's people. Remember, what did Pharaoh say?
So like I said,
Let us deal wisely with them.
And this is politics to
That's
America. Right. You understand? Let's deal wisely with them. Lest they do what?
Let's see.
Multiply.
Yes. And join with their enemy, Russia, China. Let's deal wisely with them. You understand? So don't think Mexico ain't get resources. Mexico got a lot of resources. If America was to leave Mexico alone, they will be just fine. You understand? But because America can't leave them alone, there's going to be a ton of drugs pouring in. Remember, America outsourced everything. You understand? He outsourced everything, even down to the drugs he outsourcing. That's why they said that over what? It was 80% or 90% of the drugs was coming from where?
From Mexico, sir?
No. Coming from where?
Are you talking about a particular drug, sir?
Yeah, Salaga.
Heroin, opium.
Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Afghanistan.
You think black people get paid for cocaine? Who pay for cocaine?
The CIA. Sir.
Yeah, but I talk more. Who buying it? Black people ain't buying that. Black people buying heroin.
White people.
You understand? They say over 90% of the world heroin was coming from where? From Afghanistan. You understand? They'll source everything.
Right.
You understand? It's like a drug dealer, a kingpin, who doesn't touch nothing but what?
Money.
Money. That's all. He's rich. How he get rich? Nobody knows. But you've seen dope fiends on every corner.
Right.
You understand? You're hearing about brothers getting locked up on every corner. right? Now, before I let you all out, right? Tab one, the second one I sent you. I think it could be the second paragraph in it, where the start of the second paragraph is.
Come.
Go
One
ahead.
second, sir.
Take it then. Right.
Come. You said the second paragraph, because I see the one I see right here.
Go ahead.
At the governor's Salakia. It's bugging. The governor's opening move was simple, or you want to start with the one that says violence?
Hold on. Yeah, that one where they say the move was simple, because it tells you how he created the enemy. Go ahead.
Go. It says the governor's opening move was simple. He phoned the deputy attorney general in Washington to ask what the federal government planned to do to head off violence when Little Rock schools opened their doors in September to both black and white kids. The attorney general's staff was perplexed. As far as they could tell, Little Rock seemed remarkably peaceful. So the feds flew an official in to find out what the governor knew that they didn't.
Read on.
Forbes played it cagey. He had evidence that violence would indeed erupt. He said, but it was too vague, is a quote, Slakia, too vague and indefinite to turn over to anyone else. Keep going, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Khan.
This is what his bastard did.
Khan. Violence, said the mayor of Little Rock in astonishment. There was no indication whatever of it. We had no reason to believe there would be violence. Governor Forbes declared that the mayor was wrong. Little Rock stores, he said, were running out of knives, and most of those newly purchased blades were in the pockets of blacks.
You understand? What is he doing? He's trying to do what?
Create an enemy, sir.
Yes. He's trying to criminalize black people. He's trying to make us look like what? Criminals. You understand? How remember is it Philando Castillo? How he died?
He was shot by Salaki. He was shot by a police officer after telling the police officer that he had a legal weapon.
Yes. He had a legal weapon. He didn't reach for it. He just told the cop and he got scared and he got shot.
Right.
You understand? Because they have painted us as being these criminals, when ain't no bigger criminal than the oppressor.
Damn right.
Ain't no bigger. If you have to go down the list of, basically war crimes or genocide that took place on the earth, on top of the list is the Oppressors Act. Second is the oppressor. Third is the oppressor.
Right.
Fourth is your oppressor.
Right.
You understand? But he's going to paint you off as if you're the criminal. You understand? And it started all the way back then. You understand? And that's all have to do with what? Politics. And politics is basically about making you the enemy. And guess what? People going to come out and vote so that you or we get locked up. You understand? So that they do something about the immigration on the border. Ain't nobody talking about how evil it is to have children in cages on the border. Understand that. Nobody talking about it.
Right.
Nobody talking about all the money they're sending across to Ukraine, where there's a ton of killing. I thought it was all love. You taught us all love. So the Ukrainians can't love the Russians. I thought they're the same people. They can't sit down at the table and have some brotherly love. Right. Martin Luther King tried to make us do it. He said he saw it. He had a dream. Biden can have a dream that little Ukrainians and little Russians could hold hand in hand. Right. No. Because they love the killing. You understand? Any more to that tab one?
Concert.
Go ahead.
Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
Governor Falbus declared that the mayor was wrong. Little Rock stores, he said, were running out of knives, and most of those newly purchased blades were in the pockets of blacks. The FBI checked on Falbus's claims. In 100 stores, the sale of guns and knives was actually down.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
Con.
So he this bastard is what? Lying.
Con.
This is where your oppressor is good for, lying. What did he say about black fathers? That we the worst. And when you really check it, you check the numbers, we're the best fathers out here. We're the best. But they've been lying. Read.
Con. But there were weapons brandished openly in the streets. They belonged to the National Guard troops the governor had called in to, in quote, defend the citizens of his state against the assaults of the supposedly well-armed enemy.
You understand? And that's them in your way. We need what? More policing. You understand? Right now, people are begging for more police because they done created how to put it, a oppressive system that black people is squeezing the life out of them to survive. Life out of them. Right? Give me Zephaniah 2 on, I think it's 2:1, and I'll end it on that.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
And I pray black people understand, Hispanics and Native Indians understand that this is what we have to do. You understand? Ain't no getting around what they're doing by creating an enemy. We're going to have to come together because we have what? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's it. We have a common enemy. You understand? And it's real. What they're doing is creating something fake. You understand?
Oh, God.
But the oppressor, he a real enemy. Okay? And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Bankayal.
So like I say, he stepped out. I'll take it.
Okay. So I pass the class over to Priest and Officer Kowal.
All right, Brother Israel, Mariam, we're one person to the teacher. Men of Israel, Mariam Shabbat, Mariam, Barak.
Yahweh Shemir Shai Brakatha.
All right, y'all Tassar, turn face sisters.
Yes.
Men of Israel, we're going to render one curse to the sisters. Israel, Mariam Shabbat, Mariam, Barak.
Yahweh
Y'all join time. All right.
Yes.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We're the I.S.U.P.K. Started on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. New rule for brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find this in Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in Hebrew, it's pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of an increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, it's a free will offering for priests, it's not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. upcoming holy convocations is the where we at September. The Memorial blowing of trumpets. The first day of the 7th month. It's going to be September 25th. North Carolina will be here, located in Charlotte. So y'all, we start preparing for that. Also, tune in to Commander YAHANNA's America on Fire, all the podcasts. Like, share, subscribe. It helps spread this truth throughout the earth. And also, big shout out to our headquarters. New York Cookout is this weekend, Lord willing, coming up. You need any help or anything trying to get transportation to get to the cookout, contact the camp leader in your area. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, class is dismissed.